Hey, Flosstube, Sean here. Now it's time for the week and a half overdue full coverage WIP Parade. If you saw my channel update video a couple weeks ago, I said end of that week I was going to do a full coverage WIP Parade, and then my allergies decided to go into full on attack mode because the weather changes, and I was in really rough shape for about a week, and then I had to spend a couple of days really focusing on driving some DoorDash to make some money because I missed the ability to do that for a few days. And then I had some other evening things going, and this is really the first opportunity I've really had feeling halfway decent to sit down and film. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to finally do this full coverage WIP Parade. End of the year full coverage WIP Parade, so that you can see what I have going into the next year full coverage wise, because that's going to be a lot of my focus going into 2023 is the full coverage stuff. And then I can also grab the screen captures of where I stand today, and so that I can do updates of the last time you saw it, and get back on track with that. So let me see if I can change. Yeah, okay, that's better lighting. And a blue monitor picture behind me. I needed to change it to a white light picture behind my camera. Just kind of change the lighting a little bit. So let's just get into it, because I got a lot of full coverage whips. So these are in absolutely no particular order. I have stacks over here, and I have a big stack over here, and they're gonna be as I grab them. So first we have Castle Wolves. This is artwork by Jan Patrick Krasny. Heaven and Earth Designs. And that is what it looks like. I think I need to turn this monitor off. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So that is what the artwork looks like. If you follow Dizzy Stitcher, he's working on this one as well. This is where I am at with it, still on page 1. So that's Castle Wolves. I don't know where I'm going to set these. Next up, I was actually working on this one this weekend. This is Quarantine Cats. Artwork is by, Bridget Ashwood. This is what it looks like. And this is where I'm at with it. I was working this weekend right in here. Put about 300-400 stitches in that area this weekend. You'll see I'm still on page 1 with a lot of stuff, and I think that's going to be a lot of my focus next year is getting at least a page finish on anything that I'm still on page 1 on. Next is a new start. I mentioned in my channel update that I had a few new starts. This is one of them. This is, excuse me. Excuse me again. I'm still kind of getting over my allergy thing. Again, artwork by Bridget Ashwood. This is Autumn Queen. This is the max color. So it's 255 colors. That is what it looks like. Obviously I'm up here in page 1. And this is where I'm at with it. You'll see I'm doing a kind of different kind of stitching than anything I've talked about in the past. I'm doing diagonal 10 by 10 squares, and I'm actually really enjoying working this way. I wanted to give this a try with some of my new starts, and I'm really enjoying it. I especially wanted to try it on this one because this is max color, so this is going to get very confetti heavy, and I think it's going to be easier for me to keep track of things if I'm working in 10 by 10 squares. But I wanted to do that on a diagonal. I got one project that I started doing something really funky on. You're going to see. Because you guys know I like to play with how I'm doing things. So that's Autumn Queen. That's a new start. Next up is The Outer Frontier, artwork by Chris Ortega, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is one I've been working on for several years. This is the one I have the most progress in. And I need to undo a couple of Q snaps. And this is where I am at with this one. You see I got her eye, one of her eyes in there. And where I'm working at right now, let me get this sealed back up, and I'll show you where I'm working at right now. So right now, I am working in this area. This is the edge of the project. So I've got a page and then a partial page here that I'm working on filling in here. And again, like I started doing, I was doing this, and then I was going to go rows, and then since I liked that 10 by 10 square diagonal so much on the new starts, I kind of started doing it here too. That's the thing, is I find a way I am enjoying stitching currently, and then I start switching all my projects to that. So that is The Outer Frontier. Next up is Simply Meant to Be, artwork by Sherry Gerhardt, Heaven and Earth Designs. I was putting a little bit, not a lot, a little bit of work into this during the Halloween season. Since this is a full coverage WIP parade, I will take the Q-snap things off and show you. Okay, so this is the full page I have done on it, and then I have a partial page here. And then I decided, I think I showed this in a video, I decided to stitch across the top and then start working in a diagonal in this corner, because that's a way I was enjoying stitching for a time. And then I changed that, and I started to do a row of 10. And I was gonna do that all the way across the top, and then I just started doing that diagonal there. You can tell I've changed how I'm doing this several different ways, several different times. This is one I'd like to get some further progress on in 2023. I've been working on this one almost as long as I've been working on The Outer Frontier, and this is as far as I've gotten on it. I had actually started this as a stitch along with an old channel called Mama Metzger. But has since just been kind of working on it on my own. And I'll put that on that or something else later. So that is Simply Meant to Be. Next up is Disintegration by Stephanie Poonen-Law. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs freebie. It might still be. I'm not sure if it's still. I have Heaven and Earth Designs open right now. Free charts. Let's see if it's still there. Yeah, it's still on the site as a freebie. So that's what it looks like. this is where I'm at with it. I haven't touched this one in a long time. I do want to at least get a page finish done on this in 2023. And then I have down here an area that I need to frog out, because this was another thing I had started and decided to, I think this was Dark Moonlight Angel. And it was one of the victims of the, if you remember, the 08-09 color thing that happened with Heaven and Earth Designs. So they had to rechart a bunch of charts because there was something off in the program with the colors of 08 and 09, and things weren't the color wasn't what it was supposed to be. And I had done several stitches of 09 in this already. So I decided I decided I was going to restart it at some point. So I cut the fabric down and started something else. But I do at some point need to frog that out. And because disintegration will go down. Like this is my bottom 3-inch border for disintegration. So this would be the bottom of disintegration. So I do need to get that frogged out at some point. I thought, no big deal. I'll just frog that bit out. I probably still got 5 years easy before I need to get that frogged out. So, but I do eventually got to do it. I need to have this folded in a way that I know what it is. Next up is Mini Night Cafe. This is artwork by Leonid Afremov. Again, it's Heaven and Earth Designs, unless I say it's not, because I think I only have 2 projects that are not two full coverages that are not Heaven and Earth Designs. So, and these are all either on 28 or 25 count even weave. So that's Mini Night Cafe. This was a freebie that Michelle released when the 08-09 debacle happened. She had a day where she was got permission from the artists, but was posting a bunch of free charts up on Facebook for like a day, and this was one of those. So that is my start. Well, not a new start. I started this 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago or something. But that's where I'm at with Mini Night Cafe. This, I should put some focus into this, because this could be an easy finish within a year. Next is another Stephanie Pulliman Law. This is Story Keep Labyrinthine Spring. This is what it looks like. And this is where I'm at with it. Again, this is one that I should just put some focus into, because this could be an easy finish within a year. Next up is fan favorite Audrey Hepburn, sitting in the window in Breakfast at Tiffany's singing Moon River. That is what it looks like. And this is where I am at with it. I need to do some cutting down, because I've found the bottom and I have found the other side, and I have far more fabric than I need. So that is where I'm at with it. This is one of the areas I've been working in, and then I've also been working in this area too. Again, this could conceivably be a finish in 2023 if I put some effort into it. I've got a few that could conceivably be finishes next year if I really put some time into them. Another one that could do that is Rainy Waterloo Place. Now this one is from, oh crap, what's the name of the, view PDF. Cross Stitch Collectibles. This is what it looks like. And this is where I'm at with it. Now this, again, this could be conceivably a finish in 2023 if I really put some time into it. Next up is Big Cats. This is a retired Tilton Crafts chart. It does artwork is by Tammy Alba. This is another one that Darren at Dizzy Stitcher is also working on. And this is where I'm at with it. So I've got a good portion of this tiger and then the top of this panther's head down here. This always shows up so much better on camera than it does to my naked eye. Like on camera, I can really see the definition of the foliage in here, but when I'm just looking at it, I can't, with my color deficiencies, I can't see, I can see it, but I can't see it as clearly as when I hold it up to the camera. It looks really good when I hold it up to the camera, and I don't see as much of that definition to my naked eye. It's really weird. But that is Big Cats. Again, that's a retired Tilton Crafts chart. Next up is one I have been doing multiple different ways, as you'll see. It's Writing My Memoirs. This artwork is by Jeff Haney. You see that white border around there. Actually, I think the PDF, yeah, in the PDF, you see it's got a black border, which is not a stitched black border. But I am stitching it because I like the way it pops off of that black. So I've added extra work to myself by stitching the border black. But this is where I'm at with it. This covers 2 pages across and about a page and a half down. You can see I was playing with one color at one point. I just color completed in my Q snap. I've gone this way. I did a diagonal this way. I've gone several different methods in stitching this. Next up is Mermaid. That is not what I wanted to do. This is artwork by Elena Lazareva. This is what it looks like. It's hard to... That yellow really washes out. But this is where I'm at with it still. This is one of the ones I'm still working on page 1. This was a new start last year. Next up is Enchanted Glimpse. This is Julie Fain artwork. This is what it looks like. And again, this is one you'll see I've been playing with. This is where I'm at with it. So I was originally going to color complete black on this, which is why I just started going with the outline of the black, which is why you see her kind of outlined down there. I was going to outline all the black and then fill it in. Then I decided to just go by page, and I've done that multiple different ways, but I do have 4 pages finished on this. And you can see I decided to go across the top when I was playing with working from this side in a diagonal. I decided to go across the top, and you can see I marked like every 20 stitches. I did a little mark so I kept count. So I think with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus in. Next, I'm going to focus in on finishing this page down here that I have going. Next up is cheese delivery. And I said that really slow like that because I always want to call it cheese shop. But it's not. It's called cheese delivery. I think I always want to call it cheese shop because it is a cheese shop. And there's a Monty Python sketch called Cheese Shop, and it makes me think of that Monty Python sketch. But it's called Cheese Delivery, and this is, who is this? This is Artisy, I think. No, this is Pain Free Crafts, artwork by Chris Dunn. And this is where I am at with it. I need to spend some time and focus in and just finish up this area right here and then decide how I'm going to attack it from there. I think this is 2 pages in. I think. Let me see. No, this is about 2.5 pages in. Because the pages are only about 50 stitches wide. So, and this is 28 count. So I can fit about 2.5 pages in the Q-snap on this. Next is Humble Heart. Artwork is by Cindy Matyi. This is what it looks like. And I really liked all the Celtic knot work on this. And this is where I'm at with it. Again, this is when I started maybe 3 years ago, and this is as much as I've gotten done on it. I really need to put some work into it, and at least this is one because I've been working on this one so long. I'd at least probably like to get 2 pages done on it in 2023. I'll probably at some point do put more concrete 2023 goals in place, and I'll do a video about those 2023 goals. Next is Remember a Day. This is artwork by, I want to say, Chris Down. Yeah, Chris Down. This is what it looks like. One of the things I love about this, aside from the steampunk aspect of it, is I've always loved the expression on her face. I feel like the expression on her face tells like 1,000 stories. And this is where I'm at with it. You can see I've played with a few different styles of stitching, and even including going across the top and finding the other side and stitching from that side too. But the next thing I'm going to focus on is getting this page done. Next up is This is a newer start, but you have seen it before. So it's not a new start since the last time I recorded. This is Oracle of Visions by Cheryl Marchetti. This is what it looks like. And this is where I'm at with it. I had started doing a diagonal here, and then I had a thought, and you'll see in a later project where I came up with this thought, but I was going to do a full diagonal because this is a perfect square. I was going to do a full diagonal to the next corner and maybe work somehow that way. Had a really weird idea that I'm playing with on another new start. Yeah, that's all I'll say for now. This one is a new start in the past couple of weeks. This is Story Keep Bal du Masque 9, artwork by Babette Vandenberg. This is what it looks like. And this is where how much I've gotten done on it, just over 300 stitches. Next is another new start. This is my most recent new start. This is African Mammals. Artwork by, if I hit the right thing, Cheryl Marchetti again. And you'll recognize this. There's several Flosstubers working on this one. I think Darren included. So that is what it looks like. And I've just got a start in that upper tree there. What I really like about this one is the first page is going to give me that giraffe's head. I'm really excited about that. Next up is Once Upon a Fairy Tale, artwork by Amy Stewart. I think most of you are familiar with this one of her bookshelf designs. And I was actually just working on this one last night. This is where I'm at with this one. I just last night finished up this page here, and then I'm starting. What I want to do is I want to do a shelf at a time. So this is the bottom of the first row of pages, and then here is where the shelf is. So I can fit the entire shelf in my Q-snap. So I've got 2 pages done here, and now I'm working on the half page, or just over probably about 2/3 page, to get down to the bottom of the shelf. And then I'll move the Q-snap and start working my way across that shelf. I just need to get a little sip of something here. Okay. We are 2/3 of the way done. Next up is this is one of my weird ones. This is a new start. This is pretty sure this is a new start since I last filmed. I have a cat about to knock everything over. Get down. Where is it? This is called The Muses. This is artwork by Tamara Markegard. This is one I've been wanting to start forever, but I didn't want to just be lost in that sky forever, but I love this piece. But I didn't want to just be lost in all that sky background forever, because I have so many pieces where I'm just in background. So again, this is a perfect square piece. So I had this weird idea. One, I was going to do a diagonal from one corner to the other, and then just keep working in a diagonal, and then do one on the top, one on the bottom, one on the top, one on the bottom. Then I had this really weird idea. So this is where I'm at with it. So you can see she's right here. And then I had this really weird idea. Where that X is, that's the exact middle of the piece. So then I had this weird idea to do one diagonal one way, one diagonal the other way, make an X, and then alternate the diagonal directions. Like I would do one diagonal this way, one diagonal this way, and then one diagonal on top this way, one diagonal on top this way, one diagonal on the bottom each way, and just keep working like an X. I don't know. It was just a weird idea I just decided to play with. We'll see if I keep going with it, but it was kind of a way to just to work on it in a fun new way, and not be stuck in sky forever, and get into areas where I see things see things coming into place. So far it's been kind of fun. Like I said, I don't know if I'll stick with that or not on this. We'll see. Obviously, I'm not afraid to change directions. Next up is Quick Stitch Arthur. This is by Cherie Gerhardt, I think? No, Linda Ravenscroft. This is what it looks like. This is where I'm at with it. Again, this is one that I could finish next year if I put some work into it. Right now I'm working. I've been kind of. Last time I was working on it, I was working in a row of 10, so I was just working across. We'll see how I work on it the next time I pick it up, but that's a conceivable 2023 finish. This is another new start. This is, where is it? Here it is. Venice Moon. This is artwork by Amy Stewart. This one is massive. Like, this is now is officially my biggest piece. Stolen Harvest was, now it's this. But this is the start I've got on it. This one's going to take a good long time. Speaking of Stolen Harvest, that is next. Stolen Harvest is artwork by Annie Stagg. This is what it looks like. And I gotta remove the top. And this is where I'm at with it. So I've got 3 pages complete on this. It's a lot of black. Next up is It's About Time, Cheryl Marchetti. think pretty much everyone is familiar with this one. And this is where I am at with it. So I've got one page done, and then I went over about a page and a half. I was just kind of trying to fill the Q snap, kind of into the clock right there. I was finally putting some decent work into this one this year. And I'm going to try and continue with it next year, I think. Like I said, I'm going to try and finalize some 2023 goals, and this next one is one of the new starts I had one of the last times I filmed. This is Secret Door by Babette Vandenberg. And this is what it looks like. I had stated that I started this one as kind of a symbolic piece of the transition I'm going through right now. I took the buyout at work, and basically I was going through a door, and I don't know what's still at this point, don't know what's on the other side of that door, but I was going through it, and that's kind of what this piece symbolizes for me. So here is where I'm at with it. No, that's wrong. Yeah, this way. I started this in the top left corner. Next up, okay, this is where things get really weird. Next up is Gallery of Learning by Randall Spangler. This is just a cool, busy piece where you don't really have any pages where you don't see something come together. But I decided to get weird with this one. Let me get the grind guard off there. So, here is where I'm at with it. So, what I decided to do is I thought it would be kind of cool and fun, because on every page of this one you see something come together. I thought it would kind of be fun to do checkerboard pages. So I went down, I finished this page, and then I went down into this page. And then I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun, instead of just doing checkerboard pages, is if I did the page in a checkerboard pattern too. So I started working on the page in a checkerboard pattern. Like I said, this is where things get really weird, and this is where I just start having fun with new ideas on how to on different ways to stitch and keep things interesting. I don't know if I'm going to continue with that, but that was fun, what I did there, so we'll see. I thought if I liked doing that checkerboard thing, what could be fun is to do an entire piece in just 10 by 10 checkerboard. I don't know. I get crazy thoughts. Next up is Mystique. I believe this is artwork again by Linda Ravenscroft, I want to say. Maybe? No. Amy Brown. And this is what this one looks like. And this is where I'm at with it. You can see I've, again, tried a few different things. This one goes a little bit further this way, in just this 10 row. I was thinking about doing it I was thinking about maybe doing a piece in just entire column of 10, you know, all the way across the piece, but I just don't like moving the Q-snap when I have so much space left to stitch in it. Next up is Inner Depths, artwork by Chris Ortega. That's what this one looks like. This one is a max color, but it's only like 150 or 100 and some on the max color. 90. 97 colors for the max color on this. That's weird. Yeah, so it's not many more colors than the standard. What is the standard on that one? Now I'm curious. Charts by artist. Let's go down to Chris Ortega. Oh, there she is. Okay, Inner Depths. Yeah, 88 colors is the standard, 97 is the max. So it's only 9 more. Yeah, 9 more colors. I don't even know why they do that. But anyway. This is where I'm at with it. One page done, working on another page. It's surprisingly confetti heavy in these pages. So for all that brown and dark color, it's surprisingly confetti heavy. So I don't get a lot of progress on it when I work on it, because usually when I pick this one up, I don't end up having as much time as I think I have, and I don't get very far. Next up is another Chris Ortega. This is Fire Opal. This was a limited edition chart. Limited edition Artist of the Month chart. So that is what it looks like. And this is where I'm at with it. I started this one in the upper left corner. Three more. Next up is In This Moment. This is artwork by Jeremiah Kettner. This is what it looks like. Those of you who follow Jessie Marie Does Stuff, this was her big project for a while. And let's slide that down, and this is where I'm at with it. This is not a full coverage. Next up is Scotty, Goddess of the North. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio, I think. No, Charting Creations. Charting Creations. And this is what it looks like. And this one, you'll see, I've played with a few different ways of stitching. This has kind of been my test things out, test out stitching styles piece. So this is where I'm at with it. I've been currently working on in this diagonal here, but you see I started the way I normally do, and then I've done big long diagonal across, and then I went across the top and found the other side. This is one of those I've been playing with, and then I pray everything matches up when I get there. last one is another Chris Ortega. This is The Hanged Tree. You can tell that Chris Ortega is one of my favorite artists. And then this is where I'm at with that one. So that is it. That is my full coverage WIP parade. You see why I still have, non-full coverage pieces that I have, which would have added probably another 20 minutes or so to this video, 15, 20 minutes to this video. So 45 minutes alone just talking about my full coverage pieces. I'm trying to get everything stacked back up over here. And now that I've done this, of course, I want to work on everything right now. I want to put progress into all of them, like tonight, which is impossible. Unless I did like one stitch on each one of them, which would be ridiculous. So that's it. That's my full coverage WIP parade. That's all my current full coverage projects that I'm working on. There have been a couple that you have seen on the channel in the past that I have kind of UFO'd. Either it didn't enjoy working on them anymore, or I didn't enjoy the fabric on them, and I'm going to restart them on a new fabric. But those are all my active full coverage pieces. It's a lot. It's probably more than I should have, but I don't have a problem. Obviously, I do have a problem starting things, but my thought process is, yeah, it takes me longer to get it finished with all these projects going on. In fact, I've never had a full coverage finish, but I'm 45 years old, and I want to enjoy stitching on the pieces that I like with whatever time I have left in this world. I don't want to not start something. Excuse me. I don't want to not start something just because I have so many going when it's something I would enjoy stitching on. It's about the enjoyment and the process of doing it for me, more than it is about getting the completed work. Although I would like to see some finishes next year. That would be nice. But yeah, I'm going to put a lot of focus into full coverage next year. I'm going to figure out some focus pieces and goals of where I would like to be on certain pieces by the end of next year. And we'll do a video talking about that. Other than that, I hope you're all doing well. This will probably be my only video on this channel before Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm going to have some content on the new channel, Sean P. Talks Film and TV. Tomorrow is the announcement of the Film Independent Spirit Awards nomination, so I'm going to have a video tomorrow on that channel about that, and then maybe one or two other videos on that channel, this week, as I'm trying to get that channel built up, and I haven't done a video on it because I got sick right after I did the intro video. I haven't done another video on that channel since I did the intro video, so I really need to get some momentum going on that channel. So that's where my focus is going to be for a bit. I will probably do an update video, a normal Flosstube video, normal Flosstube update video in a couple of weeks. I think I'm going to try the every 2 weeks structure and see how that works out for me. And I'll see you all in the next one.